10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Manchester
1,
United have
0.
reached the promised land.
Oh, yes, everybody. Good morning. It's Friday. I'm chirpy. I'm happy, even though the builders are still outside. Rude guys. They don't get the memo. United People's TV going live at 9:30. But how are we doing? It's Friday. We're live. We're interactive over on YouTube and on Facebook. Good morning to every single one of you, subscribers, non-subscribers, members, ladies and gentlemen, everybody. I don't know. I'm a bit happy this morning. I'm a bit energetic this morning. Started doing yoga this week. Imagine that. Very Ryan Giggsy. Feeling zen, feeling great. Not really that much in terms of greatness to talk about at Manchester United. In fact, I'm going to do quite a lot of complaining this morning. But we're also going to be having quite an interesting discussion. And this is going to be a proper interactive show today. We have got, I'm going to have a document that I'm going to pull up in about 5-10 minutes time with Pochettino and with Ten Hag's name on it. And we together are going to compile a list of all the pros and the cons of both managers. Because you know my opinion on Ten Hag and you know my opinion on Pochettino. Hell, I did a video yesterday saying why Pochettino would be the wrong decision. But I'm not here ever to properly just preach my opinion and ignore others. So let's have a debate this morning. You can tell me what the pros of Poch are, and you can tell me what the cons of Ten Hag are. Who's down here this morning? Who we got down here? We've got Ant, we've got Manoil. Good morning to both of you. Paula, Takeoff, good morning to all of you. Ian with a quick super chat. How you doing, buddy? Morning, Sam. We need Guido to be our voice to Rangnick. Let pass on to yours. Yeah, look, I'll reach out to him again this morning. I speak to him quite a lot. Guido's a great guy. I don't know how closely tied he is to Ralph now, but he's got his number. He's got Ralph Hernigstein's number, so maybe we can try and influence in that way. Let's try it anyway. But look, I'm feeling chirpy this morning, feeling so happy that we're going to announce the winner of not one Ronaldo shirt. Don't know why I'm holding it upside down like I've stolen it like an away fans flag. Not giving away one of these today. We're giving two of these away today. Seriously. It's almost like it's Friday. It's almost like it's sunny outside and everyone's, I wouldn't say happy, but yeah. There's a story that's come out just before. Let's get straight into the news because as always with Manchester United, there constantly is news, isn't it? Every single day, a few times a day, there's updates. There's something else to talk about. And I suppose that's the churn of Manchester United and the churn of the news. So sometimes we have to step back and say, how truthful is that? What journalists do we trust? What journalists don't we trust? And that's where I understand the idea of this PR spin. There are certain people that will just make crap up. When it comes to the stories that's come out this morning, trust me, we need to have this discussion. So what I'm going to do is run through this article and then we're going to head into that Poch versus Ten Hag debate, the title of the video, live and interactive debate. And don't say I don't treat you well here. So make sure you drop a like on the video. But I saw this tweet earlier and I was like, right, okay, that kind of sort of caught my eye. Poch is going to come in and play the same crap players like Shaw, Rashford and Maguire. And for that reason alone, he should stay far away from United. There is a reason why those punks want him as manager. They want everything to be sunshines and rainbows. And that's a little bit strong in his opinion, but it got me thinking. And then this came out. And this came out quite literally about 15, 20 minutes ago. And I need to vent my frustration, really, at the contents of this article. This is from Rob Dawson from ESPN. He's Ted Lasso, I think. United stars are frustrated with Rangnick and Armas's training. Let's go down here to see what it says. Manchester United stars are unhappy with old-fashioned training. United players are becoming frustrated with Rangnick's methods, with a selection of the squad believing his training sessions are old-fashioned. There has been some bemusement that Rangnick's left the bulk of it to Armas. And seriously, they're actually going to get that Ted Lasso comparison in. Let's scroll down here. Look, this is the bit here. Elsewhere, some players have complained among themselves that Rangnick's sessions are often 11 versus 11 work rather than dynamic drills. They feel help keep them sharp between games. Sources told ESPN that much of the work being done on the training pitch is built around improving organization and shape, with less emphasis placed on sessions designed to hone particular skills, almost like our organization and our shape was our downfall under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And it was individual moments that were saving us. Almost like Ralph Rangnick has identified the biggest problem that Manchester United have and is training and gearing training towards improving it. And almost, I'll tell you what, almost as well, Lasso, by the way. All right, there you go. Lasso, there you go. Almost as well, like it's paid off. We've conceded 9 goals in 12 games under Ralph Rangnick compared to 24 goals under 12 games of Solskjaer's last 12 games. I swear on my life, I'm on the verge of losing it with these players. I'm on the verge of losing it with these players. When it was Louis van Gaal, the players complained. They said, this guy's too old school. He's too stuck in his own ways. He's not really the sort of manager we need. They complained. When Jose Mourinho came in, he's too much of a hardball. They complained and they complained. When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in, he's not tactically astute enough. We want someone who's got more of a tactical understanding of the game. They complained. Ralph Rangnick comes in. He's too focused on tactics. All we want to do is kick the ball around with our pals. I swear to God, I want to go down to Carrington with a bat and slap people upside the head. What is going on? It's like they're scared of work. I think they're allergic to work. I don't know what it is. I don't know what to put it on, but whether or not that article is true, it kind of makes it's kind of irrelevant because similar articles have come out under 4 different managers now with 4 different styles, and the players don't like it. The players don't like it. That's what it feels like. Like I'm talking to 4-year-olds. No, I love you. Do you cut off? You're too tired. Fuck off, man. Seriously, it is a joke. I don't know. I have to make a joke out about it now because it is an utter joke. People are down at Richie's down in the comments. Sam, Rangnick is not good. Bro, like we've had 70 shots in our last 3 games. We've conceded 9 in our last 12. We've kept clean sheets in 3 games? Ralph has come in and done a lot of great work straight away inside a dressing room full of entitled players who must have such a heightened sense of self importance that they take everything for granted. Everything must be taken for granted. Yeah, I'm at United. How much a week? Don't worry about that. I can go and get that somewhere else. It doesn't matter if United don't want me. I'm good enough. I'll go somewhere else. I swear, I just want to bang my head against a brick wall. This is what we're fighting with. This is what we're fighting against. This is the culture. This is the culture war. This struggle to retain power, take it back from the players. Oh my God. Richard, you're saying I'd like to see every one of those players gone before Ralph Rangnick. Sam, you're saying Ralph is good. Our finishing is rubbish. As I said, 70 shots. 7-0, ladies and gents. 7-0 shots in our last 3 games. How many goals have we scored? 3. 3 goals. My word. That's not down to tiki-taka training. That's not down to playing with my pals. And fuck off. Just be better at finishing. I think there was a quote that came out. I don't know whether it was true or not, but from Pep Guardiola, but it kind of made sense. And it was, whether it was made up or not, the quote still makes sense. And it was saying that Pep Guardiola said his job was to get you, the player, to the final third. Your job is to score the goal. It's my job as a manager to create a team and a style and a set of tactics that gets you to the goal. It's your job to finish it. And that's absolutely 100% true. Jibak, you sent a super chat here, mate, my friend. Let me not miss this for you. Everything you read out screamed, this is the right thing to do. Who do these knobheads to say this isn't in the... It is in the team's best interest, Jibak. It's not in their best interests. I swear on my life, they must be allergic to work. I don't know what it is. But I swear, all I can do now is laugh because it is utterly laughable that we're having these conversations and we're talking about Manchester United and not Kidderminster Harriers under 12s team. These sorts of conversations exist at that level, not at a level of Manchester United. Jeez, imagine taking some of those players to work under Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. They'd all throw up their bowl of Cheerios and go back home crying, get into their own sauna. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to. I don't know where you're supposed to point. Obviously, you're going to point towards the top as the Glazers being the biggest problem. But everywhere you look at Manchester United, you go, there's another problem there. There's another problem there. There's another problem there. Oh, my God. It's no surprise that we go and throw points away against Burnley, that we go and throw points away against that, not points, the result away against Middlesbrough. Jesus, man, that sense of self-entitlement. I don't know how you get rid of that. I really don't. it must be down to, I think Ralph's just got to boot some players out the club, like properly boot, not actually literally boot them out the club, but metaphorically boot them out of the club. Make it clear that that's not going to be accepted anymore, no matter who it is. Hypothetically, if it's Maguire, hypothetically, if it's Pogba, if it's Ronaldo, if it's anybody, just boot them out of the club and make a public statement. That has to come out at some point, but that would just be a bit risky, I suppose. Just to rant and say, look, this attitude and approach won't be accepted anymore at Manchester United. We haven't won a Premier League title since 2012-13, and that is the ultimate ambition of Manchester United. If there is a player inside this squad that doesn't agree with that, doesn't want to work for it, then they will be let go. They will be replaced by somebody else who's hungry and ready to fight and work for that place. Because do not think that you are irreplaceable. Every single one of you are replaceable within the space of a day or two, and will forget you ever existed. So don't, that's the sort of conversations that need to really sort of, that grind in my gears, seeing that story this morning from ESPN, because I've seen it all before under Mourinho. I've seen it all before under Solskjaer. I've seen it all before under Van Gaal. And now we're hearing it under Rangnick. What's the one common denominator under all of those? Almost like the problem might be the players more so than the manager. Not sure. And saying, I'm up for doing it, Sam. I don't mind driving to OT and physically removing some of those useless arseholes. Well, you're not the only one there, my friend. Olivia, hold on a minute. At the end of Ollie's tenure, weren't the reports of players found the training too old-fashioned? Exactly that, Olivia. Exactly that. That's what's making me want to bang my head against the brick wall. Is that a brick wall? That's a hollow wall. Anyway, bang my head against that wall. That's what I mean. These players seem to complain about everything that they can possibly complain about. And if they get rid of what they're complaining about, they'll complain about the thing that replaced the thing they were complaining about. That's when you know that there isn't a problem. That the problem is the thing that hasn't been replaced. And the thing that hasn't been replaced there is the players. A lot of these players, I said this to you the other day. Ralph Rangnick could have started a team against Middlesbrough that had a front three that played under Louis van Gaal 6 years ago. Manchester United have got such a habit of hoarding players, of keeping players past their sell-by date. And then by the time we sell them, we can't really get that much for them. I'll tell you one thing that I was going to mention this later on, but it kind of ties into what I'm saying there. And hopefully this might be the beginning of something different. Fabrizio Romano confirming yesterday that we're going to be selling Andreas Pereira for 10.5 million euros. 10.5 million euros for Andreas Pereira. Are you kidding me? Anyway, thank you very much, Flamingo. But hopefully that can be the start of United actually selling players, getting a bit of money and reinvesting. That's the easiest way to work in football. That's the reason that Liverpool got to where they are right now, because Barcelona decided to pay 140 mil for Coutinho, and they got Alisson and Van Dijk. Great investment from them. But geez, what a deal that is. And I hope that's the start of something good and something new. But wow, what a frustrating, as I said, I was all chirpy, I was all happy, did a bit of yoga, had some porridge. I was like, I was feeling very zen. I'm like, that Nick saying that's a good deal. That's not a good deal. That is as incredible. C'est bon. I call that deal. Very good indeed. But anyway, hopefully that can be the start of something new in terms of United actually getting money for their players and reinvesting that money. That's definitely necessary. By the way, today is also Friday, so we're going to be bringing up the fabled map. That's my map song, apparently. Didn't know I was going to do that. We've now got 250 pins on the map, by the way. I'm going to do a tweet about this later. It's cool as hell. So you let me know where you're watching from, as always. And I've also got two winners today of 2 shirts. But before we head into all the fun stuff, right? This is the main core of today's show. We're going to make it properly, truly interactive. Come on, baby. As I say, I try to be as interactive as possible on YouTube. I'll say it now. I've said it a few times. I've switched it to subscribers only for the chat for this week. And I think the chat's been a little bit more manageable and a little bit more controlled. And that's what I want it to be, because I want this to be truly interactive. If the comments are just people spamming and people sort of getting into arguments, then I can't read the comments properly, and it kind of takes away from the show. That's why I'm doing it subscribers only. If you're not subscribed and you're watching, hit that subscribe button, man. Get involved. Get inside the community. That's what I'd like you to be in. But look, we're speaking about Ten Hag and we're speaking about Poch. I said it yesterday. I did it in a video. I've said it all along, my feelings towards Poch and Ten Hag. So what I want to do in this video today right, is we're going to run through this. I've got a document here with Pochettino and his name on it. We're going to look at the pros. We're going to look at the cons of Pochettino. We're also going to look at the pros and the cons of Ten Hag. We're going to compile a list together, and maybe we can tweet this out after. But we're going to start with Pochettino, and we're going to start with the pros. All right. So you let me know in the comments below. You let me know any pros you think apply to Pochettino becoming manager of Manchester United. Then, after we've had that chat for 5-10 minutes or so, we'll go down to the cons. We'll speak about the cons of Pochettino coming to Manchester United. And we'll do the same thing with Ten Hag. We'll do the same thing with the pros and the cons. And then we'll have that list. And when we've got that list, we can look at it. And that's what you got to do in life, right? When it comes to making an informed decision, you have to look at the pros and cons of both sides of the argument, and then you make your decision on the back of it. You don't just go, oh, I'm going to choose this for no reason at all. Let's go up here and see what you're saying. Annie Rudd, you're saying youth development there as a pro for Poch. We'll put that in there for sure. He's obviously done very, very well with that at Spurs. And he did it at Southampton as well, didn't he? For sure. Lucas, you're saying Poch has got Premier League experience. He does have Premier League experience. And I'd say that's probably the biggest pro of Poch compared to Ten Hag. He does have that experience. Aaron, you're saying the same thing. I'm handling the same Poch cons, and my wife calls him Fat Stevie G. Well, that's it. That's either your wife's problem or Poch's personal. I'm not sure which. Let's go down here. Al saying performed incredibly well on a shoestring budget. So he's shown ability to perform without proper support from above. Look at that. Can pipe, can talk. Don't say I don't. I can't multitask here, people. Premier League experience, bringing through the youths. Any other pros here for attacking style of football? Okay, we'll go down there. I'll go for a pro. Attacking style of football. All right. Okay, good. Wow, Martin. Martin's feeling chipper. 375 watching this shit from a United fan. Well, Martin, auf Wiedersehen, my friend. Please leave. Can build a team, although not a proven winner. Cool, that's okay. Right, so we've got 4. Okay, what we'll do, we'll get 4 pros and 4 cons for each manager, and then we'll move on. Otherwise, we might be here all day, and it might be crap content, as that comment did say. But look, right, if we're looking at these as 4, we'll do 4. Shown ability to youth development and can build a team. Right. Okay, so there are 4 pros of Poch. What are 4 cons of Poch coming in? You let me know what you think. I'll go for the first one, which I know you're all going to say. He's not won any trophies. That's going to be the big the big thing that's always said about Poch, isn't it? Until he wins the Champions League with PSG. I mean, winning Liga, it's not going to really change that conversation this year, is it? But winning trophies for sure, he needs to win. Nick, you're saying came second in a 1-horse race and came third in a 2-horse race. No trophies and has bottled some big chances. I think that's fair enough, isn't it? Lost to Leicester in the league. No silverware. Poch is just what's going on here. He's won no trophies. Yes, right. So that's 1, but we need more than that. Right, and you're saying that PSG has shown he can't handle big players. PSG has shown he struggles with big name players. I might disagree with that one. I'll put it on there. It's not just my opinion here. Obviously, I think he coped with that very well at Spurs. You might disagree with it, but I think Harry Kane and Son Heung-min were 2 very, very big names. Obviously, not as big as Messi and not as big as Mbappe, but for sure. Let's go down here and let's sit. Bit stubborn with his tactics. I think you can probably say that about most managers, right? Nicholas, you're saying Poch is not hot right now. Can't believe I just did that. Sorry about that. I apologize completely. Poch is Poch on the way up? There you go. Got that. We'll get that here. We'll get that one more. We'll get one more. Cannot manage egos. Mates rate style of management. He would bend to the board in glazers. Now, I know this is something that a lot of people actually feel. Is he a yes man for tough boards? Put that one down there. I'll be honest, right? And this is what I keep saying to you, right? And this is what I said at the start of my video yesterday. It's what I said every time I speak about Poch. I'm looking at the cons there. Poch would be a good manager for Manchester United. I'm not going to be upset in any way, shape, or form if he becomes our manager. But it doesn't mean that I think he's the best manager available. And that's the difference here. That is the difference there. But look, right, that's what we got there as a pros of Poch. We've got youth development, Premier League experience, shown ability to perform without support from above. I think that's quite important. Attacking style of football and can build a team. He's shown that at Spurs for sure. Cons, you're saying no trophies and has bottled some big chances. PSG has shown he struggles with big name players. I question that one personally anyway. Is Poch on the way up as a manager right now? Again, probably not. And is he yes man for tough boards? Right. There you go. That's Poch done. I like that. Now, we're moving on to Ten Hag. Old Baldy. So we're looking at pros for Ten Hag. I want 4 pros. So you fire it into the comments. And if you haven't already, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to United People's TV for some top tier content. It's Friday. Come on. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it on a Friday, right? Everyone's chipper. Everyone's enjoying it. Although that guy, can't remember his name, guy from Facebook, but he's like, I can't believe you're watching shit. Let's go. Sorry, mate. I don't know why that's your accent, but apparently it is. Let me see down here. Paul, excellent point there. Youth development. Mo, you're saying youth development as well, both of you. He's proven that for a lot. Well, that is the Ajax way. It is the Ajax way. That's what they built. That's what they built their club on, eh? And he's definitely done that. Excellent man management, says Sanjay. Okay, we'll go down that. I'm going to throw one in here. Okay. I think the thing I find probably most impressive about Ten Hag, he has shown an incredible ability to rebuild teams. And that has to be probably the hardest thing I would argue for any manager to do in football. Any manager can be good in a cycle. They can have success. They can 1-2 years and it's like incredible. But when that team sort of gets taken apart, can they do it again? From what he's done from 2018-19 to now, he's completely and utterly done that. He lost De Ligt, lost De Jong, lost Van der Beek, lost a couple more players. But look at Ajax now. Stormed the Champions League group stages. I think they're top of Eredivisie at the moment. I think that's probably my favourite pro of Ten Hag is that. Building a team out of nothing, says Emole. I wouldn't say it was out of nothing. They kind of came into those generational players. Not generational, but that incredible crop of players in 2019. But what he's done now is the rebuild past that, I would argue, is potentially more impressive. Individual style of play and effective. Lots of you down here in the comments here, you're saying about his style of play. So we'll get that down there. Natural attacking style of play. And that's obviously going to be important for United fans. We want an attack. We want that style of play. We want that Dutch Cruyff style of football, baby. We want that tiki-taka. He doesn't really play tiki-taka as such anymore. That was obviously the core of what the Cruyff football was at Ajax and at Barcelona. But that's kind of evolved. The modern version of that is a little bit different to what it was before. It's still all about tight triangles. It's still all about overloads, but it's done in a slightly different way. And pressing has certainly become a key part of that. Right. So if they are 4 pros of Ten Hag, I want you to throw 4 cons of Ten Hag at me. I would say this one. Look, he's only managed in the Eredivisie. Let's get it started. I think that's a fair criticism, a fair concern that you can have. It's like Nick says there, says lacks experience at the highest level and no experience at dealing with an incompetent board. There you go. No experience of dealing with an incompetent board and, importantly, incompetent board and a bad club structure. That's probably the biggest caveat I think you can throw on the Ten Hag situation. It's all been, he's got his bed made for him. His washing gets done for him. You know, his parking space, everything's sort of perfect for him at Ajax, and the club works with him. So is that the same Manchester United? No, it's absolutely not. Does it mean he couldn't do it at Manchester United? No, it doesn't. But it does mean you can have a concern about it before he came in. Let's go here. Exactly like Craig there saying, look, Klopp had no foreign experience before Liverpool. I mean, he didn't win the Bundesliga, didn't he? Would he win the Bundesliga with Dortmund? Either way, he had a lot of experience there with Dortmund. So I slightly disagree with that comment, Craig. Super chat that got fired in here by Abby saying, pro, he will kick out the Deadwood from the club. Players who have to work to not be in the starting 11. I would probably argue that's a pro for both of them. They strike me as that sort of manager anyway. Let me go down here and see if there's any more cons. Any more cons here for may not command respect of the big name players. I mean, again, and I would say that there's no proof of that. There's no proof of that. I would say De Ligt is obviously there's going to be players that are coming through in that Ajax team. Okay, I'll put it down there. Has he managed big name players before? Is that a concern? I'll put that down. I'd say that's a little bit questionable. Takeoff, you're saying bottled the Champions League after leading by 4 goals. And Fergie down here saying he hasn't met the Glazers yet. He won't get the players he wants. That's a big con, says Fitness. Okay, I'll put that down here. Will Ten Hag cope? Yeah, would he be able to cope with the lack of support and signings? Because we all know that whoever comes in is not going to be given a blank check, right? At Manchester United, the problem has never been spending money, really. And I'm not saying that as a pro Glazers statement. The money's not really been spent correctly. Is the issue. We've spent like over $1 billion since Fergie left. Like money at that point, when you say it like that, money has not been the problem. The person who's had the credit card has been the problem. He's been drunk. He's been stoned. He's been incapable of doing it. And his name was Ed Woodward. He may have been drunk or stoned or both. I don't know. But he certainly wasn't the right man to spend that money. That's been the issue. But look, and you're down here saying he's much more likely to be attracted to the City job. At the moment, City is not a job that is going to be there, and it probably won't be there until the end of next season, maybe. So we could wait around. But look, let's run through this. Let's run through this together, eh? This is the list that we've compiled. God, it's so interactive on here. It's just great fun. Poch, we've got pros for Poch. We've got youth development, Premier League experience, shown ability to perform without proper support from above. I think that's quite an important one with Poch. Attacking style of football and can build a team. Yep, I think they're all fair. Cons of Poch, you got down here. You got no trophies and has bottled some big chances. PSG has shown that he struggles with big name players. I would question that one a little bit because I think the PSG environment isn't particularly. I think that's part of the product of the environment as much as it is the product of Poch not being able to manage them. That's just my opinion. Is Poch on the way up as a manager right now? That's one of my concerns. As I said, what Manchester United could do right now is get the manager who everyone's looking at and going, he's going to be a great manager. And we get to experience that curve with that manager rather than looking on and seeing what other managers are doing elsewhere. It's kind of a big reason why I'm a pro of Ten Hag. And last one there, you're saying, is he a yes man for tough boards? Obviously, Poch has worked underneath Daniel Levy at Spurs, and they went a whole season without signing anybody, and he still didn't complain. Ten Hag, pros down here. He's bald. We didn't put that one down. It's not really a pro, but I want a baldy. Youth development. It is the Ajax way. We all know how important the academy is to Manchester United. Excellent man management. Yeah, for sure. As I said, his ability there, it's that one there. I know it's my one, but I think that's the most important pro of Ten Hag because that's when you step away from being a good manager to being a great manager. That's why for me Fergie was unrivaled. He literally built 3 incredible United teams. Had that team at the start, had that team for the treble, had that team for 2006, 2007 to 2009, and you could argue that final 4th team, which I wouldn't say was an incredible team, but that was the right team that came in with Fergie, that came in with Van Persie. I would say that team sort of overachieved. But Fergie, that's what made him so great. His ability to renew and refresh and rebuild. Ten Hag showed that between the 2 times he's been successful. Anyway, and 4th, natural attacking style of play. I think that is a fair one. I think that's a fair pro of both Poch and Ten Hag. I wouldn't really argue too much about, and I don't really think of that. That's not really the important conversation, really, is it? Because with Poch and Ten Hag, the argument really isn't going to be who's going to play the better football. It's not going to be about the tactics. It's not going to be about the style because they're both going to be good. All right. It's more about what can that manager bring away from the pitch? What can that manager bring when it comes to instilling the right culture, getting rid of the wrong attitudes from that team? That's what we need inside a manager. Someone who's more than just a manager. That's what we need. If you're looking at cons for Ten Hag down here, he's only managed in the Eredivisie. I think that's fair enough to have a concern about that. No experience of dealing with an incompetent board and a bad club structure, I would say, is the fairest and most serious concern that we should have with Ten Hag. Is he only working? He's good there, but what would happen if he came inside the environment at United? Big concern about that. Has he managed big name players before? Is that a concern? I'm not too sure on that one. As I said, you wouldn't really know until he did it. I suppose in the same way that you wouldn't really know that about Poch at Southampton until he went to Spurs, right? Will Ten Hag be able to cope with the lack of support and signings? Yeah, I think that's definitely a concern there. But look, right, we've gone down here, and as a community, we've got our pros for Ten Hag and cons, and we've got our pros and cons for Poch. So you let me know in the comments now. You type the name in, you type in Pochettino, or you type in Ten Hag. Based on that, has that changed your opinion? Has that helped you make more of an informed opinion? You let me know what you think and type your name in the comments. Poch or Ten Hag. I'll try and see which one name comes up the most. Is that saying Sam Pro 5? He's bald. Oh, man, these baldies. We need a baldy in, right? We need a baldy. And there's another manager, of course, who's been linked with us. Not the first time he's been linked with us, but the stories resurfaced yesterday, and that's Luis Enrique. For me, the Luis Enrique stories are a bit strange. He's managing Spain at the World Cup. So if we're going to get Enrique, say Enrique is going to be our manager, it means that we go through this summer as Ralph Radnick being boss and making signings on behalf of Luis Enrique, who hasn't even looked at the squad? Or do we just ignore this summer, wait until Luis Enrique comes in, and then bring him in January, and again we start mid-season again? It just seems a bit weird. It seems a bit odd. Or do we just keep Ralph until the end of the season? Either way, the Luis Enrique things doesn't really sit that well for me. Let me go down here, right? There's so many comments firing in. Thank you all very much for being so engaging as you are. It makes it easier for me to do, because if none of you wrote any comments, it wouldn't be very engaging, would it? Manuel, you're saying Erik Ten Hag all day. 10 out of 10 for 10. Oh, look at that. 10, 10, 10. Aaron, you're saying Ten Hag, but Samin, you're disagreeing. Chris, you're disagreeing. No, you're not disagreeing. But yeah, Paul, you're saying Poch. What are we going down here? 9 Hag. Nick's feeling a bit more enjoyable. Nicholas saying make a poll. I should probably make a poll, but the problem is when I'm doing all this, I can't go back off to then do it on a poll and then go back in. It's very much impossible. I don't know. You need someone to help run it with me. Poch, Ten Hag. Poch is my man, says Jack. Ten Hag, says Ajay. Rebecca, you're saying Ten Hag. Paul is saying Ten Hag. Sam, it's Ten Hag. It's Poch, done deal. We won't get Ten Hag, says Jonathan. Woo! There's a lot of comments flying in. And I tell you what, I don't think I've changed anything. Because I would say you're probably still looking at like 75-25 for Ten Hag. I think that would be a fair thing to say. And yeah, I think that's about where I am. I'm probably a little bit more than that. Because as I said, and I will reiterate this, because you know how comments can get taken out of context, and lots of things can happen when you're speaking your opinion on the internet. That's just the way it goes, right? I would not be upset in any way, shape, or form if Poch came in, like at all. I think Poch is a very good manager. I think he would improve Manchester United. I think he would take Manchester United forward. But I just think that Ten Hag, I want Ten Hag. And I think there's part of me that can't really explain exactly why I want Ten Hag more than Poch. It's a bit like when you go into a house and if it has that X factor or not. You can't really explain it. You just know it. And that's there's part of me that has that with Ten Hag. There's part of me that just has this instinct that tells me Ten Hag's the right man for United. On paper, when I compare and look at it, they're both brilliant managers. They're both excellent coaches. They both have great attacking style of play. They both have experience. They both have their positives, and they both, of course, have their cons. But with Ten Hag, there's just part of me that's just telling me, Sam, this is now the time when Manchester United can finally get a manager who is one of the talked about managers in world football, and we can get him at the right time, and we might have the right structure behind him. Because if Ralph can go upstairs and go into that sporting director role and actually be powerful, not all-seeing, all-powerful, but if he can have some sort of power to help him, then maybe, it would work. And that's what I feel about Ten Hag, if I'm being completely honest. Go up here and read a few more of your comments out. And you're saying, question, Sam, Ten Hag with things as they are now, or Poch with a proper director of football? Kind of a strange question, really, because you have to apply the same thing to both. And I would like Ten Hag with a proper director of football. Maybe in the same way that I would like Poch if things stay as they are now. And that's what it is, I suppose. It's and Jonathan's a fair comment there, saying it's because people watch Ajax attacking youthful, strong identity on the pitch to play. It's a romantic appointment. Who knows? But I also prefer Ten Hag, and I also won't complain about Poch. And I won't complain about Poch at all. As I said, Poch will have my utter and complete support as a United fan. I just think that is what that's go back. I'm going back to that. There's just part of me that that just tells me that Ten Hag is going to be the coach for the next 5 to 10 years. It's going to be Ten Hag that comes in and sort of when the Guardiolas start to sort of fizzle out, when your Klopp start to fizzle out, Ancelotti retires, it's going to be Ten Hag is going to be that one of those coaches that fires up towards the top of that tree. And I think that can happen at Manchester United. All right. And that's why look, so many of us can all have our concerns about whether or not the club will make these structural changes, whether or not that can happen, and whether or not Ten Hag would be able to thrive in an environment which is basically geared towards him failing. You could say that. You can say the same thing about Poch. But I'm, again, going with that little bit of an optimistic point of view that, yeah, things are actually going to change. The Richard Arnold will delegate some footballing decisions away from him, that Ralph Rangnick will be given that consultancy role, and that, he'll actually be consulted, because that needs to happen as well. And Chris, you're saying Ten Hag will be the next great manager at City. I'll tell you what, that scares the crap out of me as well. Really scares the crap out of me, because you can easily see that happening if United don't go for that. And that's not a reason to go and sign Ten Hag, but it's probably a caveat as well. Or you're saying Ten Hag, Nagelsmann, and Potter. These are the next group of elite managers coming through, in my opinion. Potter, of course, I don't think is a risk that United could afford to take at this point. But yeah, what Potter has done at Brighton, even when Brighton aren't playing well, they still have that proper style and identity of football, which defines a good coach. When that team is really identifiable, without, even if they were wearing a different coloured shirt, you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's probably Brighton they're playing there. But yeah, I agree with that. Nagelsmann definitely up towards that elite list as soon as your Guardiolas and your Klopp start to disappear away. And for me, Ten Hag is definitely 100% one of those. And I just think it would be foolish if United missed out on him and let him go somewhere else and let him start building a legacy somewhere else. I think he can build that legacy at United. My opinion. But look, I enjoyed that. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it as well. Come on. It's interactive. Told you it was interactive. Now, look, we've got the winners of 2 shirts, all right, to announce, because the guy who won it on Facebook last week, he never replied to my question. It's not my fault, all right? I just run the competitions. I get in contact. And I swear to God, this is all random. Let me explain to you how I choose this. I go on Google and I type in the numbers, and it's a random number generator. And these are the people that came up. This is all great fun, I swear on my life, because Ian, who is one of the OG mods, he has won a shirt, all right? Or I swear on my life, I'm not doing this just to make sure you don't win anything so that all the other mods win before you, but congratulations to Ian, because you have won one of the shirts this week, buddy. So you can send me an address on WhatsApp and I'll get that sent out to you. But and I swear on my life, this is purely random. It's just making me laugh so much. But big up to Ian, who has won one of the shirts this week there from YouTube, and also from Facebook. Can we give a big round of applause to Chris Ferrier? Yes, Chris, big up to you, my friend. You have won that shirt this week. So what I need to do, what I'll do is I will send you a message. Okay. And there's a comment there from who's written this algorithm or fixed generator? Look, so you literally, if you type random number generator into Google, there's a random number generator, and you use that. I can't believe Ian won. Or don't hate me too much. I swear, man, don't hate me too much. Seriously. But there's lots more talking points as well. And I sod it, man. It's Friday. Let's get it up. Ladies and gents, fire in where you're watching from. I'll get 3 of you added onto the map. Look at that. Ian, I swear to God, I just literally jumped on the stream and saw I had a 6-month free super chat, and I typed that. Look, big up to you, my friend. Congratulations, Ian. And I've still got to do the giveaway for all the 5 Cantona shirts. I think I'm going to build that into the relaunch of the arms. Okay. I'm probably going to give those shirts away to members only, I think. I haven't quite figured it out yet because at the moment I'm working behind the scenes on getting the podcast up and ready. That's getting close now. That's exciting. I'm also working on merchandise. That's also very exciting. So I apologize that I haven't got, because there's so many of you that are joined as members and you're supporting the channel from on Facebook and YouTube. And I personally don't think I'm doing enough members only content behind the scenes. I'm going to start doing more, I promise, and I'm working on it. So I'm not ignoring you. I just want you to know that. But look, let me know where you're watching from, ladies and gents. 3 of you. I need to know the city. I need to know the country, and I'll get you added onto the map because this map is sexy. We need some from North Africa though. We need some Algerians, some Libyans, some from Niger or Chad. Anybody from Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan? We're all looking a bit empty over there. What about Brazil? Look, let's go. Let's go over here. Let's find out. Jonathan with the worst comment of the day. You should spend your spare time writing all the numbers on M&Ms. Right, Jonathan, you are hereby banned from winning next week. Even if I draw you out, I'm not going to give it to you. And that's a lie. That's a complete lie. Chalex, did we have you on here already? I think we might do, sir. Tromsø in Norway. Let's have a look. Is it down here? Sorry, you can go on, sir. Why not? On we go. You might already be on there. But if you are, you're on there again. Welcome aboard, sir. Chalex. Who else we got on down here? I'm from Rigdroristan. And as far as your dad jokes, that's actually the best dad joke you've had so far. So congratulations there. But ladies and gents, remember, you need to let me know the country you're watching from and the city in your country. Because I can't just do a country pin. You're not the whole country. All right. Like Paul, you're watching from Dublin. I know I've already got Dublin on the map, but Paul gets it. Paul gets it there. We need 2 more from you. Let me go up here. Catmandu in Nepal. I know I've already got there on it. Hello to you, Shara. Newcastle in Australia. Oh, you're already on the map. Don't worry about that. Antarctic would be cool. Is there anybody watching from Antarctic? I don't think there are anybody watching from Antarctic. Fitness Balance saying we need more American members so we can persuade them to kidnap the Glazers. Yeah, you do. Oh, that's cool. There's one there. Got Lawrence watching from Lusaka in Zambia. How you doing, Lawrence? Thank you very much for joining in, buddy. Let's get you on there. Lusaka in Zambia, watching on Facebook. There you go, my friend. Zambia, Lusaka, more importantly, is on the map. We've definitely got Cape Town on here. We've got LA on here already. Cape Town is definitely on here. Carl, how you doing there, buddy? Look at that, Anthony. I'm not sure we've got Barbados on here. So Barbados, baby. I want to go Barbados. Bridgetown. Is it Bridgetown? I think it's Bridgetown, right? Where is it? Bridgetown, baby. On you go there, sir. Welcome aboard to the map. That took quite a while. People were missing out on that. They didn't really get the whole idea of the fact they had to send a city as well as a town. But look, it's a bit quiet today because I've been yapping on a little bit, and I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? Sometimes the streams are hugely popular. Sometimes they're not. I don't get it. I do not understand it. Maybe it's the titles. Maybe it's the descriptions. I don't really know. I don't really care. But I really enjoyed that stream today. I really, really did. Something that sort of blew my mind that happened yesterday. Manchester United announced the new training kit sponsor, Tezos. Look at this, right? Look at this for a mind-blowing stat. This is Manchester United's new training kit deal versus the actual main shirt sponsorship deals of other top clubs. Our training kit deal is bigger than Lyon's actual shirt sponsor. It's bigger than Inter Milan's, Atletico Madrid's, Roma's. It's nearly double the size of Ajax's. No, it is more than double the size of Ajax's actual training kit. Like, our training kit sponsor is worth twice as much as Ajax's actual kit. It's bad, isn't it? It's bad for them. Yeah, Don, that's what I need to do more of, my friend. I need to do more clickbait. Bring more people in. No, I don't. I won't do it. Look at that. Prakash coming in up here as a new member on a Friday. How you doing, Mag? Prakash, nice to have you watching. And Mario, nice to have you watching from Melbourne in Australia. Look, if everybody can, right, just drop a like on the video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to United People's TV. It's Friday. The game's tomorrow. I got distracted with the Poch situation yesterday, so I didn't do my starting 11 yesterday. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to get that done after this live stream is finished. Do my starting 11 for the game against Southampton. By the way, who had that game against Spurs. Not sure if you watched that game against Spurs, but very Spursy, but very impressive from Southampton to come back how they did. So United, it's definitely not going to be a walk in the park in that game. But look, all right. Oh, look, Prakash watching from Fukuoka. Oh, I've absolutely annihilated that. Dear me. But Prakash watching from Japan, I'll get you on the map, my friend. Thank you very much for joining in. Look, thank you, everybody, for joining in today. I really enjoyed that. As I said, I tried to make it properly as interactive as possible. That's why I'm making it subscribers only in the YouTube chat, so you get your opportunity to have your opinion heard. Thank you, anybody who's sent in a super chat today. A couple of you sent in a super chat. I appreciate the support. As is always the case, it's only going back into the channel. That's what I'm saying. I'm investing into a podcast. I'm investing into the merchandise. We're making it bigger and we're making it better. All right. And that's you helping support the channel. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining in today. Hope you have a cracking Friday. Hope you enjoyed the show. Ian, pick up to you. I'll send you a DM or you send me your address. And Chris Ferriers on Facebook, I'll drop you a message. Or maybe next week, my friend, you can win. Maybe next week, but you just don't know. Everybody, enjoy yourselves. Make sure you watch the Starting 11 video later, and we'll be here tomorrow for the game against Southampton. Take it easy.